Question: are you running a bare bone end of the month meal ideas and money's getting tighter? Let's talk about this. Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. Welcome to this extra bonus upload week. I like to do that sometimes in the beginning of the month, sometimes towards the end of the month, sometimes twice a month. So be on the lookout for those. I always make mention of this in my community posts. If you're brand new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're a veteran viewer here, a sincere and humble thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just dropping by to say hello, hello, hope one day you come back and stick around. Thank you so much for sharing my videos. I really appreciate every single one of you, and thank you for the thumbs up as well. Tonight we're going to talk about 8 cheap and easy meal ideas. Yeah, this is crunch time. This is the skinny chicken time for many, or this is the I just can't think of anything to make type ideas. Well, you know what? A viewer actually gave me an idea. A viewer that left a comment regarding ravioli casserole. I'm like, ravioli casserole? And I believe that the person mentioned was like from the can, that kind. Okay. So then it caused me to look further to see if this thing really exists. And it actually does exist. And I checked out the video. And no, these are not filters. Don't ask me what these sparkling things are. I have no clue. I guess I just light up a room, huh? Anyway, make a long story short, I'm attaching that video directly here to this video. But basically, what a great idea. If anyone happens to have some canned ravioli in their possession, the recipe, I believe, asks for 2 cans of that. Depends on the size of your family. If it's just you, of course, then you just need the 1 can. And basically what you're doing is you're pouring out the canned ravioli in a casserole dish. But first, you're going to brown up some ground beef, something like 1/4 pound or 1/2 pound. You have to check out that video to get the specific information. But the method is then you add it to that and put it together and throw some shredded mozzarella cheese on top of that and bake it off. Hello, does that not sound good? Does that not sound kid-friendly? Does that not sound wallet-friendly? And does that not sound time-friendly? So time is precious, and time is even more valuable than money, believe it or not, because once you lose it, and you don't get it back. No return, no return. So I just thought that for sure I'd hook up that video. I know you're going to love it. I don't know if you saw my recent community post, but I want to highlight a mention to this channel. Please check out if you have not done so already, if you're brand new to it. The Frugal Money Saver channel. Oh my gosh, so cute. Emmy is just such a sweet person, and her husband Paul. They live in upstate New York. They're early retired people. And they really, like, step by step by step, will help explain certain recipes, certain ideas, and just get the money saving wheels going. I've been following them a long time, Jan the viewer. And you know, when I take off my Jan, the video person hat, I like to kick back over the weekend and catch up on their shows. So if I'm saying it's good, I am not going to recommend something that I don't think is good. It is not good. It is great. Please head on over there for some really nice money-saving recipe ideas that you can like really appreciate any time of the month. So that's that on that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hook up a recent video of theirs also in the description box below. Next, tater tots, eggs, and onion sandwich. Does that not sound good? What I would do, because you don't meet my air fryer, right? I'll throw a handful of tater tots in my air fryer. In the meantime, I am making my scrambled egg batter. I'm entering either or onion powder or onion flakes or fresh onion. Depends what I have on hand. Whenever I'm in the mood for, put a little salt, a little pepper in that batter, take out those tater tots, scramble it up together in the mixture. Hello, put it either on a soft bun if you prefer, or a crusty roll if you prefer. I like mine with a little bit of ketchup. That is a complete meal for me. I'll take that and maybe a handful of grapes for dessert. I am totally full. How cheap is that? How fast and easy and personally satisfying is that? Yum. Next, loaded baked potato. You can use, if you make baked potatoes, make a couple of extra, okay? So that you can use them for a future meal during the week. And what you can do is hollow out the insides, keep the shell, the potato jacket, keep that intact, and hollow it out, and then mash up the potatoes, enter into it your favorite spices, whatever. And you could also add to it shredded cheddar cheese, whatever you have on hand. I like, for example, cooked broccoli florets, chopped broccoli. Broccoli and cheddar makes a really great flavor combination. Throw that, or whatever you have on hand, whatever you enjoy, and put it inside of that potato. Put that thing in the oven for about 15, 20 minutes. Yum! Do you feel deprived eating that? I don't. Next, this goes back to like when I had a coffee break back in the old days, or a lunch break, and didn't bring my lunch. This really resonates to me, like in the New York City area. Would love to order. I wouldn't buy one right now. I'm not going to pay a lot of money for grilled cheese, but I would get a grilled cheese sandwich, for example, and with it, inside of it, thinly sliced fresh tomato. And also thinly, they must have cut it thinly, the bacon. So it was bacon, thinly sliced tomato, and of course my, American cheese or cheddar cheese, whatever I decided to have that day. And they grilled it up. Yum. This is just so simple. If ever you make bacon, always keep a handful of freshly made bacon. Take a little bit on the side for recipe. That for during the week. That way you don't have to recook the bacon again. Because if you already have it, it's there, ready for the taking. Putting that with the grilled cheese and the thinly sliced tomato, oh my gosh, so good. Complete meal. Done, 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 done. Sloppy joes and elbows. How many of you make sloppy joes out there? I love sloppy joes. They're just so heartwarming. They are good on their own on a bun, absolutely. But did you ever think of putting some of the leftover sloppy joe mixture over, let's say, a bed of elbow macaroni? Yum. Again, kid friendly, grandma friendly, any age friendly. If you like sloppy joes and if you like pasta, why wouldn't you want to put them together? I say give it a whirl. And the same method you could use with canned chili with beans, okay? And you can make a cupful of cooked rice, canned chili with beans. If you want yours a little more wet, the rice, I suggest putting about 4 to 6 or 8 ounces of tomato sauce over your rice, and that way it's nice and moist. And then you put over it, you heat it up, half a can for me, because I think people maybe use too much at the same time. But for me, a half a can of the chili with bean over that is really quite good. And you're not spending hours on end cooking. Listen, unless that's your thing, and unless you love to cook all day, God bless you, God keep you. It's not that I mind cooking. I don't mind cooking, but when it's just yourself, sometimes you're just not as motivated. You're just not. I'm not saying all of us are that way, but some of us are that way. And I'm one of them. Next, beef stew over egg noodles. Now, I have to tell you, if you happen to have leftover beef stew homemade of your own, heat that up and just simply put it over cooked, fresh egg noodles. That is so delicious. If you don't happen to have beef stew homemade at home, break open a can of the Dinty, and you know what I'm talking about. Heat that up, make your egg noodle pasta, and just pour it over, and it is just so yummy-licious. It is so convenient. No one has any complaints. Everyone enjoys that. And by the way, if you intend to ever make stew, you don't always have to have expensive cuts of meat, expensive cuts of beef. In fact, use the less expensive cuts because it's a stew and it will braise and soften up. But another idea, alternatively, and I used to make this for my mom, bless her heart. She used to like the way I made her chicken stew, but I didn't make it like with the dark broth. What I used to do was I used to make it with a tomato base. And I used to have, like, if I had a leftover boneless cutlet, I would have one cooked cutlet left over. Then I would chop it up, and then I'd put in the vegetables and everything, etc., and the tomatoes and all that. And when it was done, it was done. My mother was in heaven on earth. She loved my chicken stew. And you could do the same, just innovating with your ideas. Being low income doesn't mean you have to live a drudge life. Being not too many ingredients on hand doesn't mean you have to have boring meals. No, use your noodle, if you will, for real or for true, and some rice. You'd be amazed at how those two key ingredients and potatoes can change your meals and change your life. If you're permitted to eat them, make the best use of them. In the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City. Thank you so much for viewing this special upload. Please know that I am on every single Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. for a brand new upload every single day, Monday through Friday. And thank you so much for coming here tonight for this special upload. I'm going to try to close the show now. Let's see what I'm going to do here. Thanks so much, everyone. Have an amazing, fantastic night. Come back tomorrow.